The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Alrighty, March 18th, 2024. Happy Monday to you guys. Welcome to the Back Up podcast once again. I'm Nate. That's Brian here to my right. Brian, how you doing, my guy? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. Things have been crazy since we last talked, but yeah, no, everything's fine. March Madness right around the corner, so how can you not be happy?
Oh, yeah, that's right. March Madness is who are you rooting for this year in terms of that?
Yeah, I have UConn in my final as my champion this year, so.
All right,
I know it's chalk, but as you know.
Okay, we'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, let's see. I know like a few teams. I didn't look at the whole bracket. I know Duke's in it, obviously. I know North Carolina's in there. That just shows how much college basketball I know.
Yeah, you got two. You nailed two.
I know two of them. Two out of the
68
teams that are in there. So we'll go from there. I'll go for I'll look at the bracket later before the show ends, and I'll make my decision there. But we hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a while. Well, it's only been a week, which is not too bad.
But it was the craziest week of all time.
It was a crazy week. We kind of let the week pass us by because I know it seemed like when we had creators release news about free agency, the next day was like a different move. Like there's always something
You're always
new.
Behind, so you could never like just get ahead of everything.
Exactly. Like, for example, let's say the Justin Fields news came out on Saturday.
Yeah.
And say, for example, we recorded an episode on Friday. We would have missed out on the Justin Fields news, and it would have kind of ruined everything. So thankfully, or smartly, I should say, we waited a week before we had a new episode. So we will break down all the weeks or all the moves from the first week of free agency. Obviously, there's still plenty of players out there on the market, including one of our favorite wide receivers, Odell Beckham Jr., who is still out there. We'll break down a little bit of baseball with baseball starting on Wednesday, right? Because of the
next Thursday.
I thought it was isn't the Korea the
I
think it's the Korea series. I think
yeah, that'd be the Korea series this year. They might have those.
But that one counts though.
Yeah, that counts.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Oh, okay. So opening day for all teams doesn't start till like next week. But in terms of
Thursday is opening day for all teams.
Got it.
Yeah, Wednesday, March 20th, 6 a.m. Dodgers and Padres. So that is your first game of the season.
6 a.m. your time or my time?
6 a.m. my time.
Oh boy! Alrighty.
So 3 a.m. your time. So have fun with that.
I guess someone's gonna wake up at 3 in the morning to watch the.
Cool, dude.
But yeah, so we'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's get started. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions for us that you want us to answer for the next episode, and let's get it going. So, all 32 NFL teams had a chance to sign players last week for their teams to improve them. A lot of moves are made, whether it's through trade or just straight up free agency. In terms of trades, a lot of them involve quarterbacks. And let's start with our Giants, of course, because why wouldn't we? Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Saquon Barkley and Xavier McKinney. Both players signed with other teams. Saquon, notably with the Eagles, as we talked about in our last episode. And Xavier McKinney, surprisingly, didn't come back to us. We thought he would. But he went to the
contract thing. I don't think we want to give him that much money.
I think he gave the Giants a chance, actually. He said that once the move was, or the deal was talked about with Green Bay, he went to the Giants and asked them if they would like to match it, but the Giants, unfortunately, did not want to because I think the price was too high, correct?
Yeah, the price was too high.
Bummer. I really wanted him back, though.
Stinks, but it's business sometimes. Sometimes you got to go finances.
Yeah, and, it hurt to see him go. But in terms of out of the two, which one kind of hurt the most? Saquon did, for sure. Until I kind of realized, like, he kind of let it, kind of it was dirty in a way. But
see, I always have this I've had this weird thing with Saquon, which, like, I was beating the drum like, okay, we don't really need Saquon Barkley back, and I was okay letting Saquon walk, and I'm fine letting Saquon walk for $15 million a year because that's way of an over. Like Christian McCaffrey saying $16 million. I love Saquon Barkley, but is he really worth $1 million less than Christian McCaffrey? No,
No.
no, it's that simple. So that's a tremendous overpayment by the Philadelphia Eagles. And everyone kept saying the Giants didn't make an offer for Saquon. Well, the Giants made 4 offers for Saquon Barkley over the past year, and every single one of those has been declined. So the Giants knew what their price was, and they weren't going to give Saquon a phony offer.
Exactly.
So that's where, and like, you would be okay with Saquon leaving if he just wasn't with the Eagles. Like everything is like, okay, I understand the Saquon move, it's fine. But the fact that he picked the Eagles is like now I got to be upset because now you've gone somewhere else. Now you've gone to the division rival and will continue to shove it down my throat for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I think my mindset because my love for the player is just too high for just to hate him completely. I'll be rooting for him for like 15 games of the season.
I won't root for him
Really,
at all. Nope.
Not at all.
You went to. He's a traitor. You went to Philly. If he would have gone to the Bears, I would have rooted for him. If he would have gone anywhere else but Philadelphia, I would have rooted for him. Now I hate him.
All right, fair enough.
He betrayed. He turned to the dark side. He turned to the dark side. He is Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader.
I would just say I would root for him for 15 games of the season, and then the 2 games against us. I hope he like rushes for like -3 yards like he used to. Running behind our offensive line. But I mean, it's sad to see him go, but at the same time, we have to understand the finances. And fortunately enough, we saved a pretty decent amount of money not bringing them back. So
because that would have been such a mistake. Those $15 million for Saquon Barkley is going to be such an issue for the Eagles, and next year, it's going to bite them hard.
What do you think of his replacement in Devin Singletary?
I think Singletary is fine as long as he's not like the lead back. Like if the Giants, and I think the Giants are going to go here, they're going to go a running back by committee where it's going to be Singletary and like a guy they draft in like the 3rd or 4th round, and then Eric Gray. If those 3 are your main running backs next season, then that's fine. But if you're going to give Devin Singletary like running back 1 production, 20 carries a game, then I'm like, whoa, that is something we can't do here.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And then we've obviously seen the past Super Bowl champions have a running back that they drafted in the later rounds. We don't see teams who win the Super Bowl have a running back that was chosen, say, in their 1st or 2nd round. It's in a way rare, I guess is the best way to say it.
I'm trying to think like the last team to win a Super Bowl with like a running back, like that big running back.
Yeah, I mean,
this team runs. I guess like the Seahawks, in 14 with Lynch.
True.
Would that be the most recent one?
Possibly. I mean, the Niners could have done it this past season. With
the Niners with McCaffrey, yeah. But he's special. He's just offense. He's not like a running back. Like Lynch is a running back.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm getting? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a guy you're just going to give the ball to and he's going to bulldoze his way. McCaffrey, yeah, you give him the ball 20 times, but you're also going to throw him the ball 20 times.
Fair
enough. Got that weird, both.
Gotcha. I was trying to look it up right now. In terms of Super Bowl champions who with 1st-round running backs.
Once the 1st-round running back, I'm just trying to think of like when you look at their team, their main offensive weapon was this running back for their running ability. I think that'd be Marshawn Lynch would be the last guy.
Yeah, I think it's just the idea that NFL teams, when it comes to building a Super Bowl championship caliber team, they don't build around the running back. It's quarterback obviously, but wide receivers and defensive tackles and stuff like that.
Offensive linemen. People are realizing that offensive lineman plays as big as a part in your running game as your running back does.
100%. So the Giants, like you mentioned, it'll be nice to personally, for me, I always believed in the, 1 running back system, maybe have the 2nd back come in as a 3rd down type of guy. I never believed in the committee thing, but hey, it's been years now since the Giants have had any success winning. So
give it a shot, right?
Yeah, might as well, try something new. And we talked about last episode, we would like Notre Dame's finest, Audric Estime, if I said his name correctly.
Oh, yeah, you nailed it. Be perfect.
Perfect. I would love him. He's a bruiser.
I would love him too. He fits exactly that third round running back type grade. Exactly what you would need. Oh, he'd be great.
Man, I would love him or Blake Corum if he falls to
Blake Corum,
us
from
in the third
Michigan.
round.
He'd be
Yeah,
a
I'm
nice
trying
one,
to
too.
look here. But yeah, in terms of the Giants, yeah, so we brought Singletary in. Of course, the Giants made other moves as well. During that second day, we brought in Jermaine Elaminor, the offensive tackle from the Raiders. He's very passionate, right?
Yes, very passionate. Very. If I'm Evan Neal, I'm sweating a little bit. My seat's feeling a little hot.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Mhm.
Ellenmore came in, and we saw on social media, and
Yeah. Elmore
during
is the clear
yeah,
backup plan for this team. They're going to give Evan Neal a start, but if Neal doesn't work, it's going to be him.
I would just say move Neal to guard like right away. Just like, hey, you're playing right guard.
I beat that drum the most, so I'm down with that right now.
I would take that all day. We signed John Runyon Jr., the offensive guard from the Green Bay Packers, on a 3-year, $30 million deal. For those of you who don't know, his father was a teammate, right, of Michael Strahan? So was
No, he was an Eagle.
Eagle. There you
He
go.
used to
That's
go
what it
against
was.
him. There's a picture of Michael Strahan like throwing him aside for a sack. Well, it's beautiful. It's like, and Michael Strahan made a great post on Twitter, like, I know it kills his dad that now it's the root for the Giants because his kid's on him. I'm like, yes.
So yes, we got him on our side now.
On our
Fuck
side.
the Eagles. But yeah, Runyon a great deal as well. 3 years to likely play left guard for us. Next to Andrew Thomas on the left tackles or left side of the ball. And then the biggest deal we made was for Brian Burns, trading away a second rounder in this year's draft and swapping 5th round picks next year with the Carolina Panthers for the star edge rusher. Spider Burns, I guess they call him.
Spider Burns.
Yeah. What do you like? What do you
I mean, how can you not love this trade if you're a Giant?
100%.
Like, I mean, like, I don't think any one of us saw this trade coming on Sunday or last week. Like this time last week, I would told you Brian Burns was going to be a Giant. What would you have said?
I would have said no way, because what would we trade away?
Exactly. Like, it's first off, it shows how bad of an organization the Panthers are, being offered multiple first round picks for Brian Burns last year, saying no, and then getting basically scraps for him. But what this does is now gives the Giants the best defensive line in football, or one of the best defensive line in football, because you have Brian Burns, you have the best defensive tackle in Dexter Lawrence, and you don't think Kayvon Thibodeau is going to benefit when you're having play next to a guy like Brian Burns. Offenses are now going to game plan to stop Burns. That leaves Thibodeau open to get more sacks. So the combination of Thibodeau and Burns are going to, harass quarterbacks and keep offensive coordinators up at night. How do we stop these two?
Exactly. And then, like you just mentioned, so much attention is going to be placed on Burns. It's going to open up one-on-one matches with Thibodeau. Because last season it was like, okay, you have Dexter Lawrence and then you have Kayvon Thibodeau. Lawrence, we could contain him, but in terms of Thibodeau, we could, put two, for example, 2 offensive linemen on him, and he's not going to get through, and that's why his sack numbers weren't as high as we wanted them to. Now with Burns, like you just mentioned, you can't just double team one of them, because if you do, it's going to open up the other side, open up the other guy, I should say, to get to the quarterback. So. I don't know. It just reminds me of back in the old days, man. We had, Justin Tuck and JPP.
I would say Justin Tuck, JPP. That's what it feels like. Those early days are just like you build a team in the trenches.
Exactly. I'm really excited defensively. I think, obviously, I know last year when the Giants made the moves offensively, like with Paris Campbell and guys like that, I was excited. I was like, oh my God, Daniel Jones finally has wide receivers to throw to or whatever. And obviously we know how last season went. And I mentioned that because I don't want to get too overhyped about it. But it's hard to contain the excitement I have for this offseason. When
optimism in the offseason.
Mm-hmm. And obviously with the new defense the Giants have, it's still going to be a 3-4 defense under Shane Bowen. A lot more zone coverage.
It's not even blitz heavy.
Exactly. Actually, that's true. But in terms of, no, you're right. I was gonna say, it's less pass rush or less blitzes compared to Martindale's, but just more of a zone defense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's a little different. It's same basic principle, little bit of a change.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, this Giants defense definitely vastly improved with Burns in there. The five main guys on defense that or the five studs on defense, I would say. You have Thibodeau, Burns, Dexter Lawrence, obviously, and then you have Bobby Okereke on linebacker, and then we have Deontay Banks, the cornerback number 1. So very excited to see what the Giants will do. We'll see what happens if they sign any more players this week. And then they brought in Jalen Mills, a safety from New England.
Yeah, there's your McKinney replacement. Very interesting. I liked him. I think he's gonna be fine in that position.
Do you think he's gonna start right away? Do you feel like maybe a Dane Belton, Jason
Pitt? I think it's gonna be on camp. I think they'll probably battle for the job in camp, and then whoever has a better preseason will kind of get the nod.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I like Mills. I do like him, and it'll be interesting to see how he fits with this defense. But I kind of believe in Dane Dalton. I know we've seen.
Yeah, I think he can build something.
Yeah, just give him some time. Give him time, and we will see with him. Let's see other guys. The Giants brought in Drew Lock, the backup quarterback from Seattle, comes to the Giants on a 1-year, $5 million deal.
Starter.
Yeah, did you hear about that? Thoughts about that? You first.
So it just shows me that like the Giants are really just kind of done with Daniel Jones, and they want any way possible to get out of it, whether that be in bringing in Drew Lock or signing. Like Drew Lock said, he signed with the Giants because there was a realistic opportunity to start, not a long chance. Like it's going to be a quarterback battle, and there's a chance that Jones isn't healthy for game 1 with the ACL injury. We don't know how those are always. Jones could get aggravated again because he hasn't the best track record with injuries and everything. Or Drew Lock can just go out there and outplay him because Drew Lock has shown flashes. Like we saw in that Philly game against Seattle against Philly. Lock did everything in his power to put the Seahawks in position to win that game. So maybe that was like a flash, and it just kind of like give him with Dable and Kafka, and it just kind of clicks. But we'll see.
I mean, any quarterback that beats the Eagles is someone that we could definitely use in our team.
They honestly become one of my favorite players of all time. Yes.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And it's like, there were reports saying that Russell Wilson, when he met with the Giants, a source said that he didn't want to sign him with us because the Giants believed in Daniel Jones too much, or whatever the case may be. I think of it as if, the Giants can say all they want about how they believe in DJ, and that's fine. We know about Drew Lock, and when he was talking with the media saying, when I signed here, I was told that, DJ would be the starter, or whatever the case may be. I think they're just saying. I mean, we all know, they're just saying that just because
smoke screen.
Yeah, because there's no way you go into 2024 with Jones under the center again. You just can't do it. I mean, we saw last season. He wasn't hurt at a certain point in time, and he played the way he did. It was bad, especially I think for me when I was looking back at last season. That the turning point was definitely the Seattle game.
Yes, that was
when
my
he threw
turning
that pick
point
six.
too.
He threw that pick 6, and I was just like, oh boy, we can't do this again.
Yeah, that's when I started drinking. Like, okay, this game is not worth it.
But alrighty, let's move on to the next week. And I think next week was San Francisco.
No, San Francisco was week 3.
Oh, Seattle was week 4.
I want to say week 5.
Who the heck could play in week 4? I know we lost that one.
Probably.
Because I know we
Giants.
Yeah, oops. Because I know we beat Arizona, then we lost the next week to SF, and then I forgot who we played in between SF and Seattle.
Seattle was, yep. It was Dallas, then Arizona, then San Francisco, then Seattle, then Miami.
Oh boy, yeah. Woohoo!
Ooh, and around that Miami game, you start to see Daniel Jones' name disappear from the stat sheet, and Tyrod Taylor and Tommy DeVito's name pop up.
People be hating on DeVito still because of how he led us to those wins. I don't know.
Who cares? Insanity run, bro. Just have a little fun. Be happy.
Yeah, we were trying to win, man.
This hometown kid went on a crazy 3-week run.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll just take the wins, man. Like, I know, if he lost, we would have had better draft positioning, but who cares? We won. We'll take it. 3 wins? Hell yeah.
Yeah, give us a
But
little hope there for a little bit.
exactly. And I know, unfortunately, we fell to the 6th overall pick, but hey, we're still in good position to get a top player. It's just a matter of who
Bringing
we
someone
will
that's going
get.
to really help this franchise. It's
100%,
not
my
like we
brother.
fell to not like we fell to 15. We're still in the top 10.
Yeah, and we'll take that, and we might even trade down anyways.
Yeah, and get more draft picks.
Yeah, we'll get 2 first rounders from Minnesota. I'm just kidding. Well, wait, maybe we'll see.
I know probably to move up from
Hey,
11 to 6. It's probably going to be those 2 first.
they can get JJ McCarthy if they want to. I'm not. I'm complaining.
Take JJ McCarthy. Take.
I don't
You're
want him.
more than welcome to take JJ McCarthy.
Honestly, thank God we don't have to go through the Drake May experience. To be honest,
Yeah, the fear that he'll be long gone by 6. Yes,
It'll be
very happy
long.
with that. Long gone. See ya. Have fun in New England.
Unless New England
or Washington.
Hey, maybe New England trusts Bailey Zappi enough to let Jaden Daniels fall to us. Hey,
that'd be great.
That'd be great. We won't be complaining.
It's not gonna happen, but it'd be great.
I have an article coming out on the 2022 NFL draft class. Just a quick plug, coming out today. So just letting y'all know, it's about how bad the class was in 2022. I mean, every guy on that in the draft class is either traded or like the backup to the backup. No pun intended. So
Damn.
We'll look into that later on and look out for that, guys. Anyways,
yeah.
In terms of the Giants, that's kind of it free agency wise. Hopefully they make some more moves. In terms of the NFL as a whole, I guess we'll break it down by position, make things easier. And then we'll move on to some baseball talk from there. Quarterback wise, well, Baker Mayfield, I used to hate him, and I was wrong because he's actually a solid quarterback to re-sign with the team for once. He's back with the Bucs on a 3-year, $100 million deal. Kirk Cousins signing with the Falcons.
Bro, if there's anyone in this world that needs to be studied, it's Kirk Cousins' agent. How the hell did he get Kirk Cousins $400 million in his career? I love Kirk Cousins. How did he make $400 million off contracts?
That just shows we have a good agent, man.
Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback. He's a 100%. Good quarterback. He is not worth $400 million. He's not worth $100 million guaranteed. He is a fine game managing quarterback.
For a guy that hasn't won the Super Bowl, let alone made the NFC Championship, not too shabby if you ask me. For Mr. Cousins himself,
I love the pickup for Atlanta. I'm just saying it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, and they had money to spend, and you can't blame them. They needed a quarterback.
If it ends in a Super Bowl, doesn't matter in the end. But I think this is huge for Atlanta. They finally had such a good offense. They finally now had the quarterback to go with them.
Kirk Cousins, or would you have rather traded for Justin Fields?
From where the Falcons are, and that they could definitely compete next season, Kirk Cousins was the way to go.
Okay.
Because if you bring in Justin Fields, you're bringing in a project. This is a guy that you need to turn around, who has at the lowest of lows. Kirk Cousins is what he's going to get. He's going to give you 150, 200 yards, throw a touchdown, throw an interception. But that's what's coming in. You don't know what you're bringing in with Justin Fields.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, I think for me the more exciting way to go would have been trading for Fields, but we'll get to Fields in just a second.
Because he's a younger, athletic guy. I'm just saying more of the Falcons really needed somebody that they just know. We don't want to develop him. We just want him to plug him in and start. That's Kirk Cousins.
So basically, you're coming from the perspective that it would make more sense. It made more sense for them to pursue Cousins because of they're trying to win now. I mean,
the Falcons can definitely win the South now. They have a great offense, a good quarterback, and the NFC South is so weak that they could definitely beat up and win, especially with this roster. I love the Falcons next season.
I believe in the Panthers. I'm just playing. Oh, I kind of do a little bit.
Organization in football.
Oh, they need some players, I tell you. Well, they got better.
They need a new owner.
Oh, they need a new everything. Well, not quarterback, but they just need improvements across the front office and their offensive line, which we'll get to later on. Russell Wilson, the guy that we both wanted on the Giants, signed with the Steelers instead. Yeah, sure, minimum 1 year, $1.2 million, not bad. Gardner Minshew is going to compete with Aiden O'Connell in Las Vegas.
Hey, good for him. I've always thought Minshew should be a starter in this league. So the fact that he's finally going to get an opportunity to potentially be a starter that's awesome.
We'll take it. Jacoby Brissett coming back home to New England, 1 year, $8 million. Yes.
Franchise mover right there. Franchise altering.
The Patriots will not select a quarterback with that.
That's what my roommate, who is a diehard Patriots fan, has been telling me that all week. They're like, we don't need to do anything. We got Jacoby Brissett. We're set. I'm like, keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Good for you, man. That's only good for the rest of us. Jameis Winston will back up Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. Tyrod Taylor, one of our favorites, signed with the Jets. So thank you.
We already signed for 2 years.
Yes, 2 years.
It's weird, right? I thought it was a bit odd.
A little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Why 2 years?
Maybe he feels like he'll be the starter if Aaron Rodgers retires.
Rodgers, I think. I mean, like unless Rodgers is going to be vice president, like
that would be lit. I would like. he would fix the government.
Oh my God, he fix everything. Like everyone, we're going to do ayahuasca and calm down.
It will be the solution to everything.
Everyone's gonna be so relaxed. We're not gonna care about problems anymore.
Man, for real, we would not have any issues actually with his solutions. Sam
Everybody
Darnold,
just get high.
Sam Darnold back up the Niners. Sam Darnold backed up the Niners. Backed up Brock Purdy for the Niners last season. He will now have a chance to become the starter again in Minnesota and a 1 year. $5 million. Oh, no, 1 year, $10 million deal actually. So the Vikings clearly are going to go quarterback because nobody put it next season. I feel bad for Justin Jefferson.
I do too. He wants to be a Giant.
We will trade you 2 first-rounders for Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. I had a hypothetical trade. I don't know if like this. I'm just thinking, but would you move either Wan'Dale Robinson or Jalen Hyatt if it meant you got T. Higgins?
Wan'Dale, yes.
I think I'd be open to moving one of them for Higgins.
Hyatt, no, but Wan'Dale, yes.
I would definitely be interested in moving Wan'Dale. Packaging Wan'Dale with draft picks for T. Higgins, I could definitely get on board with that.
And it's only because, like, I hate saying this because I know size doesn't matter in the NFL. It's not Wan'Dale's fault that he's, 5, whatever.
No, it's no one's. You can't be mad at somebody for their height. They literally can't control it.
Yeah, and it's just like Wan'Dale is never going to be an outside threat. Like he's always going to be in the slot, and the Giants already have enough slot guys in their history to have not had a wide receiver number 1 in like years now. So Hyatt, I would keep him because he's a burner on the outside.
More versatile. Like he's a burner on the outside, but you also could move him into a slot position potentially, and have him just outrun everybody.
And you can always get a guy like Wan'Dale in free agency, and we just got one in Isaiah McKenzie. Like, not that he's going to be good, but I'm just saying, like McKenzie can easily. And we have Darius. Oh my God, they have Darius Slayton still. So Wan'Dale is expendable. So just
That's why I thought about the other day. I'm like, man, like we really could move him with no issues. Like nothing would be affected.
Yeah, well, I'll take it. So.
Like the Bengals. Like, okay, we're getting a young who has shown in the past he has some potential and draft picks, and we can't sign him anyway. So why not?
Yeah, I would like T. Higgins personally. I know
I think T. Higgins is the number 1 guy. If I could take anyone off their team and put on the Giants, other than like Justin Jefferson, realistically, T. Higgins is the man I would make a Giant.
Yeah, I will take it. We'll see what maybe the Giants do a draft day move. I don't know.
Be great.
Yeah, we'll take. Maybe trade out with Minnesota, get those 2 first-round picks, trade a first-rounder to Cincinnati, get Higgins in.
Exactly. Yeah, I do that in a second.
We're GMs, man.
Draft tackle or somebody at 11 or wherever the Giants move down to.
Joe Alt.
Let's go.
Let's go. Notre Dame's finest. Let's see. Other quarterback moves, not much. I mean, they're a bunch of backs. Sam Howell, no longer commander, goes to Seattle. I think quickly before we go into the rest of the positions, a lot of the quarterback trades that were made in free agency so far, a lot of young guys going to teams that kind of don't need him at the moment. We saw Fields to Pittsburgh, Ritter to Arizona, Desmond Ritter to be exact. We saw Sam Howell go to Seattle, even though Geno Smith is still over there. as the starter. A lot of questionable, yet they kind of make sense.
Yeah, so it's weird that they make sense, especially like the Seahawks, not the Seahawks one, the Steelers one and the Cardinals one, because they now have backups that play a very similar style of play to their starting quarterback. So like Desmond Ritter is similar to Kyler Murray, where if Kyler Murray goes down, you could put in Desmond Ritter, and the offense doesn't have to go through a complete scheme change. Like you're not going from Kyler Murray to Colt McCoy. You're going from a mobile quarterback to a somewhat mobile quarterback. Same thing with the Steelers. Same thing with the Steelers. Wilson and Fields are similar style play. So if one gets hurt, it's not going to be a catastrophic change to the offense. And the Seahawks one is just weird. I don't know why Seattle wants Sam Howell unless they think Geno Smith is going to demand a big contract and sign someone else next offseason, and then they kind of have Howell as like the starter for next year or so. I mean, the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, I think they probably just want to develop Howell and see how he goes with that. I mean, under new head coach Mike Macdonald, not much of a connection between Howell and Macdonald. Not that there was a connection between him and Geno Smith anyways, but maybe he sees something in Howell that many of us don't.
Maybe.
He's a head coach. I mean, not like we were scared of him in the NFC East anyways. Like we torched the Commanders in every chance we got. As a Giants fan. So
yeah. I mean, Howell did fine. He had a decent season, but
interception wise.
Yeah, but he got hit a lot. He would sack. He had sacked the most of anyone in the league, and still put up like decent passing numbers. So I would like to see him behind a competent offensive line.
Okay, fair enough.
Give this guy a little time.
All right, but yeah, Justin Fields to Pittsburgh was a bit. That was probably the most questionable for me, considering they already got Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like unless Russell, especially it's weird because they came out right afterwards and said that we're expecting to do a long-term deal with Russell Wilson. Then why are you bringing Fields to begin with? Like if you see Wilson as your quarterback for the next 5 years, what is there any purpose of bringing Justin Fields in?
I think Mike, our boss from Belly Up, was like, I sense a draft day trade for the Steelers, and I'm like, so you're gonna trade for Fields, and I mean, it wasn't much. It was like a 6th-round pick, but
yeah, they gave nothing for him. But
they could trade him somewhere else. Maybe we will see. But quarterbacks always the most important position in football.
They move the needle.
Oh man, moves left and right, baby, when it comes to the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs, new faces in new places.
Yeah, so I don't think a single running back signed. I think everyone's on a new team.
Yep, the only re-signing I saw. Oh wait, A.J. Dillon went back to Green Bay. Oh, there you go.
Okay, that's one.
Congratulations.
We have one.
I didn't know he went back there. Huh.
I heard the Giants were interested in him. I'm like, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, he's a bruiser.
He's fine. I'm like, okay, we can make this work, but I just don't think he's the type of running back to be in the committee with Devin Singletary and Eric Gray.
I would have taken Aaron Jones over him for sure.
Yeah, I would have taken Aaron Jones.
Let's see. But Saquon Barkley, we talked about earlier, went to Philly. Josh Jacobs to Green Bay, which is why, if you guys don't know, A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones are no longer a Green Bay Packer. As Josh
no
Jacobs.
Sense that signing, because my buddy's a Packers fan. He was breaking down the cap for me. You realize the Packers saved zero cap in signing, just cutting Aaron Jones and signing Josh Jacobs. All the cap they saved when they cut Jones went to Jacobs. So it's nothing. You just got worse.
And Jacobs didn't have a good year last year, necessarily. The year before, Jacobs had a good year, but in terms of this past season, I would have kept Jones.
I would have kept Jones. That Jacobs one made no sense whatsoever.
How about Derrick Henry to Baltimore? That makes sense for you?
That's going to be scary. A backfield with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Like, how do you defend that?
You cannot, unless it comes to...
we're going to get hit by the truck or Lamar's going to run right past us. I'm not really seeing an option here.
And I love the money, too. 2 years, $16 million. That's not too bad. I mean...
Perfect for Derrick Henry. Short-term deal. He plays such a physical style of play. It's just easy to get short with him and get out as quickly as possible.
100%. Questionable one. Tony Pollard to Tennessee. Not the best move.
especially after Pollard's season, where like he came in as like he's going to be the new running back in Dallas, and then like within 3 games, like okay, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Weird.
I know the new coach in Tennessee. I don't know. I forgot his name is, but he was the former Cincinnati offensive coordinator. I would have probably, if I wanted to, if I could, I should say, I probably would have got Mixon, but
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's what it is. Austin Eckler coming to the NFC East with the Commanders.
Interesting. Sure, cool.
DeAndre Swift to the Bears, very questionable, but I mean, he was the first running back signed in free agency, so I was like, okay.
He said the market. You want to set the market.
I guess. I mean, I thought it would be like a Saquon or a Derrick Henry signing first on day one, but no, it's DeAndre Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Singletary with us. Good for us. Gus Edwards, Gus the Bus, signs with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Sure.
Chargers are they're rough. That offense is not good.
No, you cannot go into next season with wide receiver number 1 being Quentin Johnson and number 2 being.
We thought the Giants wide receiving core was bad. Chargers are horrific right now.
Oh man, Johnson can't catch, and I don't know. Oh, Joshua Palmer. I think
Joshua Palmer's fine, but like he's
fine.
Great.
Yeah, true.
Joshua Palmer a lot like Darius Slayton. He's fine.
That's true. I like that comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. AJ Dillon with the Green Bay Packers. Zach Moss went to Cincinnati. Joe Mixon is off to. Where did Joe Mixon go? Houston.
Yes, Houston. That's going to be a great spot for him. Him and Stroud are going to. The Texans are going to be another team to watch out for next year. The Texans are going to make a major jump.
And offensively, they're going to be dangerous.
Offensively, they'll be super dangerous.
Let's see. Antonio Gibson in England, and then that's pretty much it in terms of running backs. Let's see. Wide receivers. The other exciting position. Paris Campbell, no home. I wonder why. So you sucked with us. Why would another team sign?
So he's got 3 choices: go to UFL, go to Canada, or retire,
or come back to us on a very minimum deal and be the punt returner. No, because we have Olszewski.
So we're good there. We don't need him.
He'd
be the water boy.
I was excited when we signed him last season. And
I was too. I thought Shane did an interesting signing with him, having him be this deep threat, and Daniel Jones was good at throwing the deep ball. Didn't happen.
Wrong.
Wrong. Exactly. Wrong.
Oh man. But yeah, in terms of notable names at wide receiver, T. Higgins franchise tag by Cincinnati. Michael Pittman resigns with the Colts. Mike Evans with the Bucks. Marquise Brown with the Chiefs. I like that one a lot. The Chiefs they're gonna 3P next year. Maybe it's
Chiefs are always as long as the Chiefs had Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, they will be good.
They'll be just fine. Calvin Ridley to Tennessee.
That was a weird one because the rumors were Jacksonville and New England, and then all of a sudden Tennessee came out of nowhere.
More weapons for Will for.
I mean,
Will
I love
Levis.
more weapons for Will Levis. I'm just like, wow, like you guys weren't talked about at all, and you won this.
Tennessee's always like under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just always seem to surprise people with their moves, I guess. I mean, we saw with the Pollard move, and then they got Ridley. So now you have DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley, and whoever.
That's a great receiving core.
Darnell Mooney goes to the Falcons. Sure. Gabe Davis, a guy I kind of wanted the Giants to get, but it wouldn't have made sense if they did anyways, goes to the Jaguars. So yeah, he goes from one mid team to another mid team in Jacksonville. OBJ unsigned. Let's see. Kendrick Bourne goes back to the Patriots. Michael Thomas was released by the Saints. KJ Osborne goes to the Patriots. So
yeah, that was a good one. Patriots made a bunch of like lesser known signings. They really filled out the depth. It felt like Belichick was still GM, if we're being honest.
It's like I guess someone doesn't want Marvin Harrison Jr. in the first round. Okay. Let's see. Other than that, a lot of just small names. Devin Duvernay goes to Jacksonville. Deontay Johnson goes to the Panthers. So they finally have a number 1 wideout in Carolina. And other than that,
for Young,
yeah. And other than that, that's all you got. Wide receiver wise, I mean, a lot of just small names. Yeah. That's all we got. Tight ends. Dalton Schultz goes back to Houston. Irv Smith Jr. goes to the Chiefs. Like they need more tight ends, anyways. Okay.
Yeah, if you're going to the Chiefs play tight end, just like, all right, I'm gonna go sit down on the bench and make league room for a year.
Yeah, just go win a ring, baby.
Just
win a ring.
Win a ring real quick. Sit behind Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Catch passes from Patrick Mahomes. Living the dream. Living the
Can't
dream,
beat it.
Mr. Smith. You cannot beat it at all.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Noah Fant goes back to Seattle. Colby Parkinson goes from Seattle to the Rams. Gerald Everett goes from the Chargers to the Bears. So yeah, Chargers offense. Yes, sir. Offensive tackle Tyron Smith goes to the Jets. Michael.
That's a big move for the Jets.
More
Jets will like
protection
that
for
one
Aaron Rodgers. More protection
Yes.
for Aaron Rodgers. Michael Onwenu goes or resigns with the Patriots. I would have liked him personally. From the Giants, but he goes back home to the Patriots because we got Aluminor anyways.
Yeah.
Centers Cushionberry from the Broncos goes to the Titans on a 4-year, $50 million deal. Guards, nothing crazy there. Well, actually, yeah. Robert Hunt signs with the Panthers for 5 years, $100 million. Goes from the Dolphins to the Panthers, so more protection for Bryce Young. Yay! You got to protect your quarterback. That's what we learned.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes,
Panthers
you do.
and right Giants.
Yeah. Protect your quarterback. Don't let him get hurt.
Don't let him tear his ACL back there.
That
and let him
derails your season.
Don't let him come. No, don't let him tear his ACL, and don't let him come back to play after just for him to fall down again and to get made fun of again.
Mm-hmm. Again.
Exactly. Let's see. Interior defensive line. Chris Jones goes back to KC. Justin Matabuke goes to the Baltimore Ravens. Christian Wilkins goes to the Raiders. Leonard Williams goes back to Seattle. Javon Kinlaw goes from the Niners to the Jets, if I remember correctly. Let's see. I'm trying to go through these because trying to find just notable names. Josh Allen goes to the Jaguars on a franchise tag. Brian Burns comes to us. Danielle Hunter goes to the Texans. We just talked about it offensively, but defensively.
Yeah. That's a big pickup too.
Oh yeah. 2 years, $49 million.
Texans are building that team like they're going to make some noise in the AFC South too, because I think that's kind of an open division too.
I mean, the NFC South is ass, but the AFC South is a completely different story. Considering you have the Texans and you have the Titans and you have the Colts.
They're weird because it's like all teams that should be good but aren't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, AR or Anthony Richardson is coming back.
The Colts to be good, and they're missing AR, so it doesn't we kind of ignore them. But the Jaguars were supposed to dominate the division, and they kind of were mid all season. The Titans are kind of regressing in a transition period where they have pieces on the roster. They could be good, but there's also question marks where they might not be as good as we think they are. Houston's in a prime position that they can just run this division for years to come. Capitalize on while these teams are struggling and just put your heel on their throat and just don't stop.
Especially with Stroud playing the way he did last season as a rookie too, he's just going to get better and better, barring any sophomore slump. But he's going to be him and the Texans offensively and then defensively led by head coach DeMeco Ryans, who is a defensive wizard as he is. Hell of a head coach. And, yeah.
Houston, Houston did a good job with him. They did a good job with that one.
They have a bright future ahead of them. Very
excited.
Yes, Will Anderson too. I like him a lot.
Yes.
Not a bandwagon. Not a bandwagon, but I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Danico Autry goes to Houston on a 2-year, $20 million deal, going from Tennessee to the division rival Texans. Leonard Floyd goes to San Francisco. Chase Young remains unsigned. Definitely not going back to the Niners because they signed a few edge guys to replace him. Like I just mentioned with Floyd, and then they signed Utero Gross-Matos from Carolina. Linebackers, Patrick Queen goes from the Ravens to the Steelers. So
it's a big pickup for Pittsburgh. That's an interesting one. But I liked it a lot. I liked it. He fits well.
Let's see. Levante David goes back to Tampa. Jordan Brooks goes from Seattle to Miami. Bobby Wagner goes with the Commanders. Devin White goes to Philadelphia. Who wouldn't? Because it's the Eagles. Seems like whenever the Giants get somebody, the Eagles are like, oh, we'll get someone better. So
watch this.
Watch this. unless you're Dallas, because
Yeah.
Dallas hasn't done crap. Let's see.
It's
Legarius
so funny.
Sneed.
Dallas is just still there. It's just like we haven't done
Yeah.
anything yet. Like
It's
do
like-
something.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna try to win again.
Deuce Vaughn.
Because they didn't sign a running back yet, did they?
Oh, it's Deuce Vaughn.
Ooh, yeah, they're screwed. They might just draft one. They're in a late. Oh, I could see them getting Blake Corum. They're probably gonna just reach for him. Or they.
Do you want Deuce Vaughn to be your running back 1 next year? I would much rather take a chance on one of these rookies.
I mean, if I was in Vaughn's shoes, I'd have been like, yeah, shoot, let me get a chance.
I mean, of course,
to be
yeah. But if you're
RB1.
Jerry Jones or the guy running the Cowboys, would want any other running back but Deuce Vaughn as my starter.
That's fair enough to me.
I'm fine having Deuce Vaughn in a rotation, but not as a starter.
Yeah, they better sign a running back. Otherwise, you're gonna be throwing the ball a lot. Prescott over 50 attempts
Dak Prescott better get that arm loose.
every game. Let's see. Legarius Sneed goes back to KC at the cornerback position. Jalen Johnson goes back to the Bears. Adoree Jackson remains unsigned, so the Giants want to bring him back.
If it's cheap, why not?
Hey, pay him a 1-year deal or something. We'll give it to him. Safeties, Antonio Winfield goes back to Tampa. Kyle Duggar goes back to the Patriots, and Xavier McKinney, Green Bay. CJ Gardner-Johnson going back to the Eagles. So yeah, they're doing something over there in Philadelphia, and it's crazy because they have the 4th most cap space available in the NFL. So despite all these moves,
They still have a lot of room to work with.
which is crazy because they signed Saquon to that deal, and then they.
I guess if you got the cap space, you can overpay for somebody.
I mean, it's just like, like, are you going to give any of these teams a chance again? Like, give the Giants a chance to dominate the NFC East one day?
Like, come on.
And, like, give us a chance. But anyways, regardless, good for the Eagles and good for the teams, who made solid moves this offseason. As at the moment, before we shift to baseball, the Commanders have the most cap space in the NFL at the moment. At $62 million. The Eagles have the 4th most, like you just mentioned, at $39 million. Patriots and Titans are 2 and 3 respectively. The Giants are near the bottom.
Of course we are.
With $6 million left in cap space. That's the 5th.
Seems right.
5th least. Surprisingly, because the Saints have $18 million now in cap space after being in the negatives.
It just shows you the cap means absolutely nothing. Your cap is such a fake number.
Sheesh.
The Saints had negative $84 million a week ago. Now they have 18. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sure. Falcons have $3 million in cap space, which is the least in the NFL. The Falcons have the 2nd least with $4 million, and the Chiefs have $15 million to work with still. So I don't know, just naming some teams just because the Broncos have $22 million, so they figured it out with Russell Wilson and everything. So good for them. See,
put together something here for the Broncos. Let's see what Sean Payton can do now. Now he finally be able to pick what he wants.
Now that he has cap space.
He's got cap space. It's on arranged marriage with Russell Wilson. It's now he can pick his guy.
How about you trade Cortland Sutton to the Giants, please?
Please.
Yeah, because
just like
if a 5th rounder, was it a 4th or a 5th for Judy?
It was a 5th. I think it was a 5th and a 6th for Judy.
Oh, for sure. We'll give you a 6th and a 7th. No, we don't even have a 7th. We'll give you a 6th and a 7th next year for Sutton, and we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day because
to me.
They could work with Tim Patrick and Jordan Humphrey over there in Denver. So give them to us.
Exactly.
We'll take them off your hands for you.
We'll fix them. We'll fix them.
But other than that, and Aaron Donald, thank you so much for your service to the NFL.
Yes.
Retired after 10 seasons. That Mr. Donald was in the NFL for. Dominant defensive player. Nice of him to help with the cap space for the Rams.
Very nice.
Very nice of him to do so. So, shout out to Mr. Donald and Hall of Famer in 2029.
Yeah, and he'll be in 2029. He'll be in Canton.
Him and Jason Kelsey, baby.
They better have their hotel rooms ready to go.
Yes, sir. Have the hotel. You might as well hang the gold jacket on the door ready for him already. Him and Kelsey.
Might as well.
Let's
ballots, right?
Yeah, 100%. There's no way he's not in 2029. I mean, I know some players, they're like, maybe they don't belong in the Hall of Fame in the first year, but for a guy like Aaron Donald who has a Super Bowl ring, who's put up the statistics he's had, 100% he's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Dak Prescott somehow reduced his deal with the Cowboys, clearing up $4 million in cap space. No. I don't know. Okay, well, they I guess, fixed something with his contract. Oh, they turned his roster bonus into a signing bonus to reduce the cap hit.
Oh, yeah. You're going to see a lot of teams do that right now.
Well, the Giants better do that because
the Giants will do that. Yep, they'll do it with somebody.
Andrew Thomas, you're first. Alrighty.
Darren Waller retired, too. We didn't mention that.
He did. Did he?
He did.
No way. As of today.
Yeah, you didn't see Darren Waller? Darren Waller retired a couple days ago.
Oh. No, I thought it says he's pondering still.
I got a report he retired.
I believe you, though. Maybe it's just not announced yet.
There we go.
It's probably just not announced yet, for being honest. Yeah, I don't.
2 days. What? That's weird. I saw.
They lied to you. The public is lying.
They might have lied to me. It seems like they're. Wow, that's weird. Wow, I'm having like really big Mandela effect right now. I saw he retired.
I would have texted you so fast if I saw him retire. I was like, dang. Well,
hang on,
we traded for him just for him to retire this the next year after.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's gonna happen. Let's be honest. I mean, we already signed. It's
gonna happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we signed Manhurst. We signed Stoll from Philly. Like, that was a major move, anyways. But those two, along with Daniel Bellinger, and if the Giants somehow go tight end in the draft, Waller's done for. So, yeah, we'll call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of tight ends if Waller retires. But anyways, on to baseball. Well, it's the 18th. That means we're 2 days away from the first game of the baseball season. Because it's the Dodgers and the Padres in South Korea.
Yep.
Not North Korea, because
they wouldn't be coming back.
No, they would have been stuck there. I forgot what movie it was. What was that movie with two American spies went to North Korea? It was a comedy movie.
Journalist?
Yeah, I love that one. I like the journal. That was a funny one. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I like that one. I'm sorry?
Eminem's in it, and like he comes out as gay, and like Rob Lowe's bald for some reason. Like all these crazy rumors about celebrities come out. Like, what the fuck is going on here, guys?
Like, it's supposed to be a movie, not a coming out party.
Like, this is weird.
But yeah, that was I mean, it's gonna be nice to see them play in South Korea. Two teams that are gonna compete for the almost said NFC West, NL West. There we go. Whew. Almost messed up there. Let's see. Let's start with your Mets. Any news with them before we go to my A's and Phillies and whatever?
So the Mets named Jose Quintana their opening day starter. No really surprises there. He was the best pitcher outside of Sanga, who's banged up. Outside of that, it's basically just keep the guys healthy until we get up to Queens for Thursday.
Nice. Quintana didn't play last year.
Yeah, he was beat up for us a little bit.
Oh, okay.
They found, it was scary. They found like a growth on his like rib cage or something. He missed like half the season with it. Like, it was like a really scary situation.
Oh, I thought he was just
something like that. But he came back last year. He pitched at the end of the season. He looked fine.
Okay. Yeah, he went 3-6, 3.57 ERA.
3.57 exactly. I look at ERA more than I don't look at wins and losses. That doesn't tell a story of what a pitcher did. The ERA does.
Quintana was good for someone.
Quintana was really good for the White Sox. He came up with the White Sox. It was really good. And he got traded to the Cubs, and then just was never able to pick up the same success.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he bounces back with the Mets. I'd tell you that much.
I do too. Trust me, I do.
But yeah, we'll definitely talk more baseball next week for sure because of the opening day.
Yeah, opening day
and rosters and everything. We're definitely gonna have to incorporate more baseball. I'm very excited. I'm trying to look at the depth chart here. No, there's no depth chart obviously because the roster's not set. You guys got Fujinami. I liked him.
Yes, Fujinami.
I
Yeah,
like him a lot.
he was fine. He struggled a little bit in spring so far, but I don't. I take no stock in spring training. Spring training is just get your work in, and then in Queens.
I
That's when
remember.
things matter.
I remember when the A's they signed him last year. I was very excited. I watched this press conference. Went to this first game that he ever started in Oakland. Yeah. Hey, through the first inning, he was really good, and then he got pulled after 2 innings. And then it's like, yeah, you stink. Anyways, but I mean, shout out to Fujinami, man. I mean, went to the Orioles. He's a reliever now, and it's not like he's young. Anyways, he's 29 years old. But just kind of hurt that first start.
Yeah, no, it's
I was looking forward to. Yeah, he went 2 and 2 1/3, allowed 8 runs on that day in the hot sun in Oakland. So, and they lost 13-1. So it was like $100 wasted. I think because the whole family went. Yes, great job, Fuji.
Great job, Fuji. Great job, Ace. Way to put a winning product on the field. You absolute disgraces to the league.
And you would think Fujinami bounced back the next game. No, he went 4 1/3, 5 runs allowed, and they lost 11-0.
Okay, so you are not a starter.
No, he's not.
I can pitch one really good inning. I just cannot pitch 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, that's probably why he was a reliever. But
Gotcha. Okay, you'll be in the bullpen, sir.
I don't know. I'm interested in the Mets because I know I'm a Phillies fan and an A's fan, but I'm just very interested in what the Mets have because I never really, before I met you, I never was big on the Mets roster. But as I was looking at it, Jake Geekman, I know him from used to be in Oakland A.
Yep.
Adrian Hauser. Oh, he was on the Brewers.
He's on the Brewers. Yeah, we just traded for him this offseason. Going to be probably our 5th starter, maybe a bullpen guy at certain points in the season, depending on how pitching depth goes. But yeah, a nice solid little 5-man swing guy kind of guy.
Sean Manaea, former Oakland A.
He struggled last year trying to rebuild his career with the Mets. Mets have a lot of those guys. Severino's another guy who just
That's right.
Kind of like rehab projects. So we're trying to renovate and build better. That's the Mets pitching staff. There is no ace. There is just a bunch of guys who were once good and now are bad, and they're hoping to be good again.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
The polar bear, Pete Alonso, leads the infielders. Love him. 29 years old, still young. Okay.
29 years old. Yep. Said the other day that he won't have an extension done before the season starts, but they'll have one wrapped up this offseason. I don't expect him going anywhere. I think he wants to be a Met. I think Cohen wants him to be a Met. I think we're fine.
Perfect. Lindor, shortstop.
Lindor's at short. Yep.
McNeil at second, right? And
McNeil's at second. He's decent.
Brent Beatty at third. Yes.
Yeah, so Beatty's going to be penciling at third. Big year for Brett Beatty. Beatty was a very, very high prospect. Has not clicked in the major league so far. Looking like this is going to be his last chance before he's sent out.
All righty. And then outfielders, Harrison Bader.
Death move. It's interesting.
Okay. Starling Marte, right field.
Bounce back from Marte. Had a groin injury last year. Missed a large chunk of the season. Having his bat back in the lineup will help a lot. Brandon
Nimmo. I know him.
I mean, what can you – there's you can't say a bad word. Everything Brandon Nimmo does is good. He's a great player, and he's just a great guy off the field. I love Brandon Nimmo.
DJ Stewart.
Yeah, so 4th outfielder, good guy off the bench, pitch hitting spots, nothing really. He'll probably be off the team by May.
All righty. And then Tyrone Taylor from Milwaukee.
Yeah, so he's the other guy we got in the Hauser deal. Interesting. Going to probably be depth move again.
All righty. And that's what we will leave it at for now. We will break it down the Mets more next week. Quickly, I guess, with the A's, they got JD Davis 2 days ago. Alex Wood, who was a pitcher on the A's right now after being signed in free agency, I guess.
Yeah.
He used to be a Giant. Now he's in Oakland A.
He's bounced around. He was a Dodger for a little bit, too. He's bounced around.
Oh, yeah. So we're just getting leftovers. Nice.
Pretty much. The A's away.
Apparently, JD Davis was persuaded by Alex Wood to join the A's. So, way to go, man! You, I guess that
good
persuasion.
Job. Alex Wood. Whoa.
Man, if Alex Wood got
I was
Shohei Ohtani
unaware
over
what we were
here,
dealing with here.
I can't believe a pitcher who has been bounced around so many times convinced a player to join the Oakland Athletics.
I love JD Davis. He was a great Met. Never speak again because you say stupid stuff like that. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
I mean, I wish they had the depth chart out already, but obviously
They'll
it's
be
too
out
early.
for a week.
Man, that's why I'm excited to see where things. Oh, actually, we could kind of see it. No, well,
Basic idea. You gotta know who the starters are, and just like it's who's gonna fill those last kind of positions in the bullpen. Who's gonna be the last bench, the bat off the bench. That's kind of where we're at right now.
let's see. I mean, the A's are so bad. There's no opening day starter.
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
the A's are gonna be a little harder to find. Like the Mets, I could probably write out the Mets opening day lineup with 100% accuracy right now.
How much time we got? We're past an hour.
I mean, like just the starting line. So it'll be Nimmo in left, Marte in right, Lindor at short, Alonso at first, Alvarez catching, probably Vientos at DH, Marte batting. I said Marte already. Who'll be batting after Marte then? That would be Francisco Alvarez. I said Alvarez already. I'll write it down. Get it back.
Actually, I name him again. I'm gonna keep track so that way when opening day comes.
Nimmo's gonna play left field. Marte's gonna play right field. Lindor's gonna play short. Alonso will bat fourth. He'll play first base. Alvarez will bat fifth. He's gonna be catching. McNeil will be sixth. He will be at second base. Vientos will be designated hitter. He'll be at 7. Brett Beatty will be at 8. He'll be at third base, and Harrison Bader at 9 in center field. And Quintana starting.
Like it. Okay, yep. I'll put that down. I'll give the A's a try. I would go Phil. I'll do the Phillies are easy, but Oakland's going to get more challenging. Let's see. Well, the A's pitching staff, well, I'll save them for last. I know Ruiz, Esteury Ruiz, my favorite. He'll go in center. Geloff, the basically best player on the A's right now, will play second. Come on, Nate. Let's do this. Come on. Let's lock in. Let's see. Who's batting third? Oh, shit. See, we're already having issues already. Crap. Okay, hold on. Rooker's batting fourth for sure. No, Rooker's a DH. Hold up. Oh, this is
bat fourth.
Man, why is it easy for your Mets but not mine? Well, not my players. Hold on. Who batted third? I don't trust any of these guys batting third. No, JD Davis. No, he's not gonna start.
He might be your DH, third baseman. He'll play. Davis can play anywhere. Like he really can play anywhere. We play him at third, left field, first base, designated hitter. He's got some versatility in him.
All right, I'm gonna go Noda third. Batting is at first base, and then we're gonna have who's our catcher? Langoliers this year. I would go Langoliers batting fifth at catcher. Come on, Nate. You went to so many open A's games. You gotta know these players. Diaz is on the IL, so he's not gonna. Oh, so that's where Davis comes to play. Okay, Davis bats sixth, and he's gonna play third base because Aledmus Diaz is hurt. Who's our shortstop? Nick Allen. Oh, he's batting ninth for sure. Nah, Allen. I don't know if you know who Nick Allen is. I'm sure you do, but he doesn't know how to hit.
He's not good.
No, sir. I need right field and I need left field. Well, Seth Brown, yeah, I'll put him in there. I'll put Langoliers and then I'll put Seth Brown and he'll play left field for us. And then so Ruiz, Geloff, Noda, Rooker, Langoliers, Brown, Davis. I need me a right fielder. Is Lawrence Butler Blade? No, Butler. No. Yeah, I'll go Blade. Bats eighth and right field. This is the worst starting lineup I could ever imagine. And I'll go Blackburn as the starter because the A's don't have anyone. Okay, There you go. Your starting lineup is probably gonna be more accurate than mine for the A's. Yeah, we'll just leave it. The Phillies one is easy, but we'll save that for another day because
Yeah. Mhm.
But Zach Wheeler will start for the Phillies.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler will be the opening starter. Yep, you are right there.
Yes, sirree. Let's see. So baseball is covered. We'll cover more of that next week, and then how the Knicks doing before we head off?
They're fine. OG and Anubu aggravated an elbow injury again, so it's gonna have to watch him for a little bit. Finally, this team starts to get healthy, they get banged up again. So it's just a never-ending cycle of pain for Knicks fans.
At least Brunson's still healthy, and Brunson's
At least Brunson's
numbers.
healthy. Yeah, I want OG. OG, when the Knicks have him out there, they're 14-2.
And that Knicks defense is very, very good. Last 5 games under 100 points for their opponent?
I believe so, yes.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all.
I like it. Well,
and we play Golden State tonight, so that should be fun.
Ooh, Curry about to go under 30.
Yep.
Under 30. Brunson about to lock him down. Or DiVincenzo, because he knows the Warriors well. Or
Exactly.
Hart. Josh Hart might have a day.
Josh Hart could have a day. Josh Hart had a triple-double in like the first half.
Especially with
with OG out, yeah.
I was going to, especially with the Warriors not having a big man of sorts. Hart's going to crash the boards. I love me some Josh Hart, man. Lakers let him go so fast. Oh, well. It is what it is. All righty. Well, for those of you who are still watching, 10 of you, nice job. Twitter, shout out to Twitter, man. Twitter, we're getting a lot of views on Twitter. I appreciate that.
Let's go.
But yeah, that'll do it for this one. Once again, happy Monday to you guys. Thanks for sticking by us for this hour and 6 minutes. We appreciate it. We'll be back down the line this week, hopefully. Some point. No promises. But we appreciate you guys watching, listening. Seriously, it means the world to us. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, make sure to like, subscribe, so you don't miss a beat. Check out my Twitter at BellyUpNate for more announcements on when the next episode will come out. You can follow Brian as well on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. At
Brian PG 1016.
Easy to find. And then yeah, well, obviously we'll have an episode next week for sure with opening day coming up with Brian's Mets and my A's and my Phillies. And then basketball, we'll keep up with the Knicks because no point in talking about the Lakers. Not at all. And then football-wise, with the draft in about a month. Very excited for that. Mm-hmm. And we'll do a mock draft, right? We'll think about
we'll do a mock draft. Yep, we'll have a mock draft coming out soon.
Yeah. There's no way we're going to have different 1, 2, and 3.
No.
In terms of, because it's going to be Caleb, May.
Yeah.
No.
Caleb, Daniels, or May, the other one.
Exactly. It just, depends on which one is which. But yeah, that'll do it, guys. Thank you for watching, and good luck to your brackets. I know March Madness is. I didn't pick a team. See, I knew I forgot something. See, I'm over here. So what happens? I'm gonna pick a team real quick. I'm gonna go Texas Southern. I'm just playing. Who's the number 1 seed? Arizona.
UConn.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to just pick a team out of nowhere and watch them win the whole thing. I'm gonna go Alabama.
All right, Alabama.
There you go.
That's your pick.
Alabama. Put that. All right, guys. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.